Oh, baby, it's time for Winners Bracket Round 4. Andy versus WallKicks. I'm excited for this one. I'm Dante, and I have Clear Mouse here with us again. How you doing, Clear Mouse?
Yo, Dante, I'm doing spectacularly well. It's a great day. Waking up early, and here we are watching a Pug and a Phoenix Wright battle out for, as you said, Winners Bracket Round 4. Yep, he's already this far into the bracket. Andy's got home, so I'm sure this will be a very fun and exciting match.
Fun and exciting. I think WallKicks here going to be like starting, you know, on a 10-minute delay or something, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. We'll try to get him in sync here.
We're not quite that established yet, but okay. Are we starting a stank? It looks like, at least for WallKicks, we have a very classic stank at Pyramid. We're gonna go at least early Dark World access is available, especially when we get to that Pearl. And Andy is gonna start out at Link's House Castle. We found the well already, and to try and get some tree pulls, some drops, something in order to hopefully not isolate that bomb lock location in the well.
I would like to find something indeed. Okay, nothing here at Hyrule Castle. WallKicks not going to be checking that out just yet. Probably going to go for these 50-50 bomb drops here under the bushes.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense, especially this early. I mean, in general, you know, when you play Entrance, CrossKeys, xDHunt, WallKicks, oh my gosh, getting fit 2 out of 2 for the 50-50 of the bushes. This guy, did you know he actually lives in Vegas? Coincidentally, I think he might get lucky a little here with the odds for the bombs.
Andy really committing to the bit here, trying to see maybe tier 2 or tier 3. He's laughing about this like, oh god. But we do have the what is that, Blind's Hut here over on.
Yeah, I think he figured out, Andy, that this is the large variety pack for the guards. So you
can get an 8.
Yeah, and he got a big drop. He got red rupees, and I hope he's gonna just get one more. All right, we got it. Very nice wallet for Andy.
If he'd have died there, I actually would have probably had a nice laugh. TR big there for Wally, so doesn't do a whole lot for us just yet. Andy gonna get a hammer really early.
Really good payoff. All right, let's see if this gets his persistence actually paid off. I mean, we have also, we have peace of mind for this, for piece of heart, but also the fact that Andy just has 8 bombs now to his name, right? Early resources. You didn't have to show up hammer. Very nice permanent weapon. Yeah, I mean, you're never gonna complain about some extra bombs to your name.
Yeah, sometimes you want to go where bombs are with your name, and that's what we need in this game, especially early, you know. But Andy getting the news now that it's a Dark World sync start.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I was on the pyramid. Maybe it was just money. Something.
It's money.
Yeah, it's certainly worth picking up at this stage. Just because, again, you don't really know where your next set of resources is going to be. You know, as we kind of see WallKicks right now in Kakariko, there is the always infamous, can we afford bottle vendor for 100 rupees? A question that you ask yourself before hopefully you can make it in. So a little extra cash. Considered extra Christmas bonus, if you will.
A Christmas bonus? What are those?
Hopefully people will be getting them this year.
We can hope.
No more Christmas Grinches. Yeah. Okay, more and more dungeons kind of popping up. Speaking of bomb farms, WallKicks here is at Pod at Light World Hyperspace Ferry. Look at all this extra cash, which Andy is just
Bro, that's our Christmas bonus right there. Let's go.
Yes. And it's farmable too. Literally have infinite money. If we want, well, up to 9999. Excuse me, that is the technical limit that we can only carry in our wallet.
I love infinite money.
Especially this time of year, I could certainly go for some infinite money. I guess that can apply for really any time of the year, but especially this time of year.
For sure. So WallKicks gonna continue. Andy not going to where WallKicks is to make tracking, you know, these entrances at least a bit easier. But we do get chess game, and it is hot garbage.
Yeah. But at least we can check it off of our map tracker, item tracker, whatever you want to use in this case. For all of these things, you never have to come back. part of the efficiency, of course, for being able to do entrances and areas and whatnot, is it's not necessarily the value of the item that you get, it's the fact you never go back.
Yes, for sure. No doubling back, no having to worry about quote unquote bad routing.
That's right. Yeah.
And WallKicks here not getting punished. You love to see it. Right now, I say plot armor is in WallKicks' court by, this hammer locked drop, we'll call it, is the uncle. So we don't even need that hammer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The hammer that Andy had found in the well, which is at the uncle drop, coincidentally, where WallKicks is at the uncle drop inside. That is very much within sphere 0, not even like sphere 0.5 or whatever you want to consider that, try to get a bomb or anything. But yes, as you mentioned, this is something that WallKicks will not have to go back to. You just walk in the front door, it's a dropping 2 instances. Saha, very, very convenient 3-item location as well.
I love when Saha is at his own house, and then it's just enough to confuse me and think I'm going to Eastern directly after.
Oh, nice double kill there on Andy's side. Hammer. Certainly, we already knew that was a very valuable item, but kind of seeing it being used in these narrow corridors that you really can't escape or maneuver all that well and be able to one-shot them is very, very nice.
Okay, so Andy finding that is top of Bumper Cave. Well, we know those are going to be useless now. WallKicks finding that lower portion over in Kakariko. But we do get Chicken Hut here. This is going to be a small key. That's to Ice Palace. But that's another, Ice Palace and Keydrop, you got to have a small key just to kind of get in the door.
That's right. Yeah. Typically speaking, this is cross key drop, not just regular cross key sanity. Yeah, so every dungeon, nice rule of thumb is to just add 2 more keys to whatever you end up needing. So for example, Ice Palace, you typically don't need a key in order to go beat the dungeon. You can probably just get everything in the pots, but just tack on 2 keys, and that's how you at least need to go beat it. Skull Woods, you typically don't need to go next to 1. In this case, you have hard need to.
Yeah. Speaking of Skull Woods, this is some of the fun part of what we call Zelga Woods. As far as things being paired together, Skullwoods can be in normal drop downs, not just its own drop downs in the Skullwoods area.
Yeah, that's right. WallKicks kind of demonstrating that even though this room did look quite difficult, he made it look fairly straightforward. Maneuver out the Gyptos a little bit, take a page out of Matt's playbook.
This area has a little more value. He actually is going to be able to run over and open up that. He's not going to run over. I was about to say there's an item over there.
Yeah, isn't there an item in West Lobby Pot Key? We don't have to get there, I guess, right now as it is. Maybe he wants to see what the rest of these entrances are and then follow that connector. Because Skull Woods is easier to mention, even though we can find it in other parts that are not Skull Woods. It does act as connectors as well.
That's for sure. Another thing that came up when you and Jim were on commentary earlier this week when I was out of commission, but the mirror for WallKicks here. But as you saw Andy bonk there, that actually is a normal bonk animation, but it still functions like pseudo boots. So that is a nice little quality of life thing that they have added, because some people thought it was too ROM hacky. So we're meeting them in the middle.
Awkward. Yeah. And I believe this is only on the overworld branch, which is what xDHunt is. It actually might be on the regular main door, the random branch. I'm not sure, but for sure it's here because Codeman was the one who implemented the change, and overworld branch is somewhat his domain, I guess, as you will. The WallKicks actually showing that this guy doesn't pick up any maps whatsoever, but he will be willing to go pick up heart containers, armors. But I guess he has the mirror, so maybe he has a little bit more. He's more okay with picking up safeties because he doesn't have to death warp, and plus with the pearl that both he and Andy both have from the well, or from Blindside Out, excuse me.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about any type of bunny revival, taking 1 heart of damage on red mail, or half a heart or quarter of a heart or something. Ooh, we have found our way over to, again, Dark Flute 5. A separate connector. And unfortunately, WallKicks not being over to the well, does not have the hammer in order to go to Mimic Cave. Andy will be able to do that.
Andy already did that. It's a shovel. It leads to nothing.
Oh,
and maybe WallKicks just doesn't have to do it.
That's
you know?
Yeah, that would be perfect.
We find TR left. Did we save and quit? We did. WallKicks is like, I'm not doing it. We're gonna go check out South Light World on Wally's side. We saw these on Andy's side. We'll see how far WallKicks decides to go. He'll get the news here most likely if he checks this bush crab that the 20s are underneath it. And I doubt we see him farm up for Zora money, but
I was thinking of this too. Okay, we will never, but we just won't see any of the Rippy crabs.
He's gonna. He heard me,
that as
and he just wants to prove me wrong.
Exactly. No, he's just waiting for, instead of December 22nd is almost Christmas, which means it's not Christmas quite yet. So maybe that bonus he's looking for, like right now, he is just gonna get it slightly delayed.
He's got the news now.
Yeah, I was actually wondering if you thought it was going to be worth it to farm up to Zora money, but WallKicks is really far, right?
So, like, if I'm in Andy's shoes where he is right now, you know, or even like maybe 50 to 100 less, I probably do it. But, you know, WallKicks is several farms away, so I could see very good reason why you don't want to do that at this point.
Yeah.
Right. Paradox.
Ooh, yeah, that's always a really great find. Connectors, 7 items. Well, he's kind of looking at his loadout. It's okay. He has some bombs.
I mean, let's see if he finds anything good. He's awfully excited to find a 7-item save. Very Pog moment for him here.
That's right. That's right. Even a very festively Pog moment with a little Santa hat. It fits so well. Yeah, good thing we actually picked up that blue mail as well. The mini Moldarms will not be, of course, on Oko mode for him, but just being able to take half a heart of damage versus 1 heart of damage is much more comforting.
I was about to say, if that Moldorm gets away, a bow, that is huge.
Yeah.
We do have that right side pod available to us. I'm wondering, I guess Andy's gonna do the good old mimic clip.
Yeah, Andy, I think, probably has more incentive than WallKicks had earlier.
With the hammer, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You can go to the back. You can't really get Stealthless room probably right now. We're just gonna go into. Well, I guess we know what do it on our way back. We don't have any more other small keys. We can get bridge chest, maybe end our route in Stealthless basement. Looks good to me.
Oh, Wally, I think he's doing it. I was about to say, please mirror up here and just let us see. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. not for any benefit of the runners. I need to know, like, just because I got to get my tracker all right for this.
Exactly. Yeah, but actually it looks pretty good. And also, it's a very nice hedge, just especially you don't really know where your opponent necessarily will start, how often they'll get to the potion shop. It was quite an early location to go visit, especially in the earlier days of CrossKeys meta. Maybe less so too much, but again, if you leave something that's in the sphere, whatever, 0, 1/2, 1-ish area, and like you would say, like a sword, a glove, or something, you'll be pretty sad.
Speaking of sad, WallKicks is not that right now. Finding the access to Village of Outcasts, showing up King's Tomb here. It's gonna be Heart Container. But we got a lot of entrances here, and he's going to be able to loop this kind of down. Dig game could go up to Skull Woods if he chooses to, but I think maybe there might be more incentive at this stage to do.
Andy has found a sword and pod bridge chest.
I can't believe it.
Oh, that's such a beautiful find to have. A fun fact. With WallKicks, this I believe is his 3rd match. His very first match in xDHunt, he was in 2 sword go mode at the 2-hour mark. Over the 2-hour mark is when he found his first sword. In his second game, he was in 1 sword go mode. I believe his first sword was post the hour mark. And so I think he's really hoping that...
You think he'll be no sword go mode this time?
I believe that is his goal. He has worked really hard in order to try and make that a goal for himself.
We did find TR, the bottom side of TR.
Okay, laser bridge. Okay. GT big, always a very interesting big key to find.
It's a little spooky to find that, but obviously depends on Do we have 87,000 keys? There's a sword for WallKicks.
There is a sword for WallKicks. That bow, coupled with GT pick. Again, we haven't found GT yet. However, there are, for better for worse, depending on your point of view, and if you're a spectator versus a runner, there are things upstairs in GT that are locked only by the big key, and of course a fire source. And the bow. So
we saw one of these Andy races decided by, did you climb GT or did you do something else?
And yeah, that's very true.
So it's not a high incentive here, you know, unless like say Ganon's behind GT, but that's not the case today.
Yeah, it's always a little spooky when Ganon is behind one of the towers. GT Aga 2, maybe not as, it's like, okay, all right, I gotta climb this anyway, we can go do that. It's when you're looking for the Aga 1 entry and the 4 Castle Tower keys that could be literally next to impossible to find. That could be a little bit, and maybe an added feature or consequence of this particular move, because we start with pseudo boots, the blue ones. You still need to go find the real boots in order to go bonk open Lumberjack, and that was, I believe, something that Humbug and TT Chaos both experienced in a previous round. So just gotta keep these requirements in mind.
Keep it in the back of our mind. Yeah, there we go. Tower of Hera. Not a whole lot we can do here. No hook shot, no big key.
Yeah, a lot of ice keys though between Andy and WallKicks. We haven't gotten ice palace. We haven't had an entry into ice palace. No fire rod, no bombos, medallion. Of course, we got that sword. WallKicks is already world, personal record. The gold split by like 40 minutes or something with his first sword.
Do you think we could use that powder wall he just found to get into ice?
Yes. Oh, maybe for Atomizer.
Maybe for Atomizer. Oh, wait, WallKicks didn't do this up here, did he?
This might be his first time over.
No, I'm talking what Andy's doing. Yeah, WallKicks doesn't know. Okay. I mean, this is Magic Bat, so nothing inconsequential.
Oh, yeah,
it is inconsequential. That's a glove, though.
Yeah, that's a glove. Just sitting out in the open. Yeah, with the glove, Andy's got a lot more incentive to go over to some of the more remote locations of Light World. Ice Rod Cave area that has a glove lock location. The 50 Rupee Cave, that's another location. Wait, is this where Ganon is? Did we literally just see where Ganon is at Lumberjack? Oh no, oh no. See, Andy. Yeah, Emo's got a very good description, representation of how Andy felt about finding Ganon at Lumberjack. Okay, remember? Okay, not only, of course, do you need the 4 Castle Tower keys, which is usually the bane of people's existence, and when you need Aga Tower entry, you do have to find the real boots.
I don't want to talk about it.
Now, there was some discussion earlier during the Humbug and TT Chaos race, is that if you don't have real boots, there is some potential you could arm those shake stars. We're not actually sure about the details, because usually you can't do this because if you don't have like prize shuffle, I think the crystal or something it messes up the ability for you to do so. But it's a Triforce piece on the boss instead of a crystal or a pendant potentially. So we're not quite sure. I don't know if that's on the mind of Andy or WallKicks though. It might just be easier to go find the boots. The Smith survives too. Okay, so we do have some potential possibility that we may not need the real boots. That being said,
so sad for WallKicks right now, because he's like, all right, look at all these cool connectors I've got, I'm gonna use, and well,
they all lead to Village of Outcasts.
I mean, there's a hammer and glove just available where he could use them.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right.
He's not really losing time though, but this is gonna give him we got that small key there to Thieves in the big chest of Turtle Rock. And then we're gonna get one more item here.
Yeah, and Turtle Rock actually becomes a lot more interesting. Yes, and WallKicks remembering that you cannot dash in the dash room. The blue shoes do not let you bonk open the thing. Also, keep in mind that you do in fact need a bomb in order to bomb open that thing. There are no bombs in the pots for the dash room, so you will have to bring your own bomb. Unless you somehow get lucky with an enemy drop from maybe a room or so before. just saying, PSA for all those people. But yeah, I was... Ooh, okay. More discoveries to be had. Were you saying something about a hammer? That
I was saying something about a hammer, a Ganon's Tower, big key. I was preaching, and then here we are.
Okay, small key to Swamp Palace. It doesn't really do very much for us right now, although we do have those flippers. I don't believe we found the dam yet, so that's going to be something, let alone Swamp Palace itself.
Hey, speaking of Aga Tower, there it is.
Very important location. Remember to mark this on your map tracker whenever you come back. You will have to come back with 4 more small keys. It's kind of a nice boomerang / hammer combination to be able to stun them temporarily.
Well, the double hammer shot there, really good. That's hard to do consistently.
Yeah, for sure.
It's probably Telethar's probably gonna tell me it's completely free, but you know, you always seem to clink off those guards, you know. So,
all right, Andy, taking a little bit of extra time farming up the nearby rupee crab. So I believe maybe Zora could be in the cards for him. We do have Zora flippers. We have the glove. Many things to put it. Oh, there's a very nice fire rod in here in the front of Skull Woods.
Moved literally next door.
Yeah, WallKicks also spending a small with small key. Pretty reasonable. You do need to in order to go beat Mocula in the back, but in order to, you know, that third small key for Skull Woods really helped, just like kind of exactly what WallKicks is doing right now, to be able to kind of maneuver around the dungeon. And there are 5 Skull Woods small keys out there. I'm sure we'll find another one, or we may not even have to beat Mocula.
You surely will get more, or you know, I don't know. I feel like Skull Woods is another one of those dungeons where I'd rather have to beat that one for my Triforce piece.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But
it's very proud.
you know, considering I want it, that's when the small keys just don't appear anywhere.
The game knows. Somehow it knows. Also super healthy for both Andy and WallKicks. Ballooned up to 5 whole hearts.
Maybe a couple pieces to go with it.
That would be great. Yeah, okay. Oh, WallKicks, okay. Stumbling upon Magic Bat. Got early powder. Maybe this will pay off.
That's a small key on both sides. GT for WallKicks, GT for Andy.
Perfect. Okay, GT keys are extremely very valuable in this, but despite there being a total of 8 GT keys, there are many things that are 7 key lock like Rando Room, 8 key lock like Map Chest, and I believe Ice Armos, and of course the end of the climb. It's just that, like, even though there are so many of them available, you will need a good number in order to go do. Andy is very thankful, by the way, to having all these extra hearts.
He's struggling here because he's doing the gamer lean, and his hat is not with him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He needs a little air right now in order to breathe.
Bro's just like, let me hover this.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Random Room is also 8 key lock. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, perfect. We made it. Half a heart? What could go wrong in Turtle Rock? There's nothing that could hurt us in this dungeon.
Not in this next room. You know, the Pokies do no damage.
That's right.
Especially on green mail.
Leave us alone.
Oh, I was waiting for those things to come out of there too. I was like, bro is gonna get just wrecked.
Yeah, Andy, definitely take a little bit of caution, understandably. And those little black little critters do 2 hearts of damage to you. I mean, that's very tame for Turtle Rock because usually everything does at least 3. So I guess, you know, it's all relative, but you can't really sleep on those guys either.
Andy opting to head to Poke 1. This is going to be usually one of those keys, but with the key drop functionality, this will be an item. It could be a TR key, but not guaranteed.
Yes. That's right. That's right. Yeah, this is one of the more interesting things about Keydrop, in that all the pokies, for better or for worse, even though they are one of the more formidable enemies here in the dungeon, they do have items, and especially if you are more experienced, let's say, in even like just regular CrossKeys, coming over here, you're just like,
vanilla. Wow. I was like, where's the text box? Sorry.
Actually, yeah, it's just a little clinking noise, and hey, here we go. This is a 6TR logically keylog GTT. Wow. Makes you kind of wonder about maybe like rando room, map chest. Oh.
WallKicks very not happy about seeing Aga Tower is the Ganon drop today.
Yeah.
The pog face has disappeared.
He has been angry. I would also be pretty disappointed. Hoping for a nice, cool, comfy, fast seed, and then, you know, you gotta go and find not only your 4 Castle Tower keys, but also your boots. Yeah, that's right. Andy's showing us Poke 1 as well. More value to the TR keys that we pick up, just because, again, sometimes, especially with cross keys, you go to chomps and you can stop your path because you don't need to go get Poke 1. However, this one, like you mentioned, can drop an item, so you gotta open the key door.
Yet again, we are thankful for Blue Mill. I got concerned there as WallKicks got touched by the Snapdragon, which is very, very spooky, even on 5 or 6 hearts in most cases.
Oh yeah. I know that WallKicks doesn't run as much NFG, but if you especially people dash out a pod and then they get hit by the Snapdragon on the way out, just suddenly 2 hearts of your health is gone. But I do like how WallKicks is routing his Light World and Dark World together. That early mirror, and especially with the way that he has been taking the connectors, he has really been able to kind of combine both Light World and Dark World together. Now, unfortunately, we can't get King's Tomb right now, just because, you know, again, we don't have the real boots. You know, we have the mirror access, but WallKicks has done lots of regions, South Dark World, South Light World, and just very efficiently together. Very nice connector. / dungeon to find. We found Turtle Rock as a fairly common connector dungeon. Desert Palace is of course the other one, because we have multiple entries, and we're gonna go see which ones these connect to.
We're gonna get a mushroom.
Yeah, I don't think Andy has been over to Potion Shop yet, and so this will be kind of a nice combination. Nice cape on the torch that we can still not get.
Yeah, blue boots not gonna do it for us.
One out real hard
left though, and that's gonna be the TR bridge. Andy has the mirror that we saw him and Wally both get early, so they are gonna be able to, or rather, Andy right now is gonna be able to mirror and check these entrances out, and maybe some more down here on the mountain. Yeah, basically having some type of connection over to any type of mountain section, Dark Death Mountain, Light World Death Mountain, especially with the mirror, very, very valuable. You're always kind of looking for a connector to get up to one of these locations because there's just so many entrances. Like Spiral Cave bottom, at Spiral Cave top. Saw a fairy Ascension Cave there. We are over in the good old dark shopping mall for WallKicks. How much money does WallKicks has? Not a lot of money. You gotta come back. Bring your Christmas bonus money, please. Oh, see, another connector? Oh. Yeah, double connector here is kind of bad. You know, he's got 3 more entrances to check over here. So he'll have some decisions to make here shortly. We have to make decisions? Oh, no. I don't like decisions. Visiting the Long Fairy Cave. My favorite personal. Hype Cave, though. Yes. On Wally's side. That's going to be an Ether Medallion, a key, some money, and 1 failed chest turn. That's okay. I respected going for it. Okay. All right, we got extra Swamp Palace, small key as well, but the more important thing is WallKicks actually does have his Christmas bonus money, just a little bit more extra. We can actually afford Zora. Not gonna go spend it though on our capacity fairy upgrade.
probably going to be just fine with our sword and 10 bombs and 30 arrows.
Oh, well.
Ooh.
Did you see that we've crossed one of our connectors off? You love when that happens.
Yes, that's great.
Andy also showing us that Hookshot Cave popping us out over on the floating island. He's gonna find back a tavern to get a pod small here under the normal Hookshot Cave rock.
Yeah, that's right. Every single time I see the tavern just kind of out in the wild, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. Tavern shuffle is on. It is not fixed in this particular preset that you can find the tavern just anywhere. Very nice bonk there on each side in order to avoid some of the Lionel damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is I believe WallKicks will now get his hammer. 30 minutes in.
One will hope. There it is. Speaking of there it is, there's a big old key on top of Spec Rock there. So pretty sure Andy gonna have to run and grab that, as the mirror will be able to.
Yeah, the mirror, this seed, I mean, despite the fact that we have knowledge that Ganon is behind Aga 1, so which means we will have a little bit more collecting to go do. It has been pretty generous, I would say, so far. You know, we have early regular Dark World access, with the hammer, with the glove, with the Moon Pearl. Pretty early, we have an early sword that WallKicks and Andy got from 2 separate locations, which means that Master Sword potentially is in their near future. We have a mirror, and all we're kind of really missing is like a flute in order to kind of really get around, and we can do a lot of stuff here.
I mean, you're absolutely right. You know, this is one of those fun seeds, like at least for the the viewers. I don't know if they would call it fun in a way, but it's opened wide for them to just kind of do almost anything they want, which is always an interesting view on it, because you know that's what you kind of want in your rando. I think sometimes you don't want the straight, you know, follow the breadcrumb trail, because then it just feels like it's NMG but with shuffled items.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And the fact that it's not, you're also not walking everywhere, right? I mean, we don't have the real boots in this case, so imagine having to not be able to use a whole A button to your name until, I don't know, hour and a half in or something like that. We have a sword, so you're not trying to kill a pokey with just bombs and maybe that hammer, depending on what your circumstances are. So a little bit pretty comfortable for the runners, definitely. Now, of course, if you're looking for some real popcorn action, though, you definitely want this thing to be swordless. Maybe a randomizer. I don't know if you can convince the admins to put an randomizer for next tournament. It won't happen this way, guys.
Dark Cross going to give out 10 arrows today. Andy mirroring and deciding, is he going to go out a connector, or is he going to go... He is going in. That's an Eastern Palace there on WallKicks' side.
All right, just right outside the pod. And yes, of course, WallKicks sporting the Phoenix Sprite sprite. If you've ever seen other Phoenix Sprite users, such as Zelga the Sun, yes, the Zelga of the Zelga Woods, you will see the similarities and their disdain for going into Eastern Palace without the big key and the bow. In this case, it would be Eastern Palace small key to make it fully clearable.
Oh yeah. Another trash entrance here. We do have one more drop down. Andy gonna check that now as WallKicks is heading back into Mimic Cave. This is Sick Kid. We do have 2 bottles, so one would have been enough to get us this heart piece.
Yeah, WallKicks gonna go back and clean up some of the things that he had mentioned left behind, getting that shovel now. But again, with that mirror and the fact that it came so early, WallKicks has really capitalized on trying to do Light World and Dark World together. Andy has done something fairly similar as well. You see him just kind of doing this on the mountain stuff, as opposed to maybe some of the more like open world. Just that WallKicks hasn't really found his way up to the mountain quite yet. So, but he'll get there soon.
Well, that Spec Rock where we can get this item, so we will be able to at least see this. See, Andy's in a weird spot here, so he's going to leave. But the question is, do we need to go back there? You know, he's going to go back out of here. He's going to go get that big key, most likely, off of the top of Spec Rock. But do you want to come back in here and follow that connector? Because, you know, you were kind of hoping that was trash, and then you were just going to be able to save and quit after the key.
Yeah, because it's just so, as you said, you gotta hop back in the dark world, you gotta hop back and run over, you gotta run back over to get this big key. It's just a lot of going kind of back and forth. So I can certainly understand if he doesn't want to, but at the same time, you don't really know what the connector leads to. Big key, Hyrule Castle.
Hyrule Castle key.
That's not a big key we want to see.
I'm sure he's glad that he did not have 2 keys when he went into Hyrule Castle a little while ago. All right, Andy not going back down, though. He is going to head to the eastern side of the top of the Light World Mountain. He's going to find Thieves Town. Got 4 items we can get right from the get-go. No big key yet, though, so can't go to the back. 2 small keys for this dungeon so far.
Yeah. And having the small keys usually don't come as frequently. It's usually when you're looking for, like, you have the big key, got the real boots. Oh, real boots in Thieves Town. Where are the beams? But yeah, I would say that the big key to Thieves Town usually isn't the limiting factor, but it's okay. We'll just try again.
Andy experiencing more bumper to bumper traffic.
Yeah.
Here and with the Zyzax, you know, not knowing, you know, how to go with the flow here.
These guys don't listen to anybody, right? It's somewhat of a Wild West Thieves Town. No rules, no one to enforce the rules even. The Father Store doesn't really do all that much, honestly. I don't think they're really intimidated by that thing either.
They're not, but hey, that's Crystal 5, so that means the entrance. Oh, there's another crystal. Okay, so we're 1 away from opening the GT entrance. It could be trash, but we could do Big Bomb now at some point. We have seen where that is, at least on one runner screen.
Yeah, that's right. WallKicks was the one who found actual uncle inside, and that was where the other crystal was. The bomb shop though was on the mountain, which I don't think WallKicks has seen, but Andy has found.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need a flute. We're gonna need a flute.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't actually know what the rules are for being able to keep the big bomb. Like, if you it doesn't persist and save and quit. Is that correct?
It does, unless it's something with Overworld branch that they've added in. No, it does not.
Okay. That makes. I mean, I think that's very reasonable. And then that means that we're gonna have to go use yet another location or item. Okay. Andy's got his real Christmas boots on. You'll probably see some of that in action now. Finally, we can go do stuff.
Looks like Andy's about to hover. Okay,
that was great. Oh, that was so good. I laughed.
No one else laughed. Thank you for the pity laugh, though.
I thought it was funny.
All right, so we got a half magic in a desert small. One more time for Puggy Claws over here. Gonna get a small to Meyer.
It's probably actually one of the trial screens you gotta go do if you join the Pug Farm, the Pugs League team. So I think Andy, probably one of the originator or the founders of that team. You know, you guys just gotta show how it's done. Yeah, this is slightly different, and the WallKicks does not have the real boots. I don't think he hovers in general. However, like, he can't even get the first bonk chest because, again, the blue shoes don't do anything. Regular boots require will unlock logically. So.
Well, the mountain is successfully cleaned out from our vantage point. We are going to start from the old man spot. That is the
nice.
That's the GT.
Okay, well, suddenly the 4 crystals don't seem that valuable anymore.
Smile. I like what he's doing here. He's kind of like making the most of this, like not just saving and quitting again. Well, I guess he is. But I was thinking that maybe he would, you know, head on down to that
all the Spec Rock
connector. Yeah. But he is going to go through this connector instead. So we shall see. Where is Hyrule Castle?
Oh, hilarious. These connectors are fairly limited. This is one of those things where I guess you are happy to have regular Dark World access, because honestly the connectors just kind of going in short little circles, you know.
You love to see it
from one place to another.
WallKicks also having his boots. I thought I had my mouse in the way. I forgot WallKicks still manually tracks.
That's right. Yeah,
one of the OGs.
Few people who just has never bothered with auto tracking, and I mean he's a champion. He's like he has multiple titles to a name, so you really can't argue with this.
All right, Hyrule Castle right now, and it's all the mountain, dude.
Yeah, there is where the Hyrule Castle. I guess one of the entrances is in the Light World Death Mountain, and then they just lead other places to Dark Death Mountain. So it's just again, it's just there's not the connectors in the seed. They're good for short commutes if you really want them. However, just in terms of actual travel, you're probably not going to go use them. Again, not as part of the holiday spirit, right? We're going to try and go cross states, cross worlds, as opposed to just driving around for 15 minutes and coming back as an errand.
Well, we finally rectified that connector there. So the old man save and quit going out the back is going to take us out the back of tavern.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Did we not get? Maybe we already went through this connector. I was gonna say, doesn't West Pocky have something that Andy will hopefully go pick up on his way out?
Maybe. I think it was just a piece of heart though. So if he like stupids it, which it looks like maybe that's what's happening, it'll be okay.
Okay. Oh, he already got the piece. Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right, chat keeping us in line. So now we got bonk rocks and stuff we can do. All those bonk checks.
Right, all the boots lock checks. This one was the Good Beat Cave. I don't believe in this case that unfortunately while we do have the boots, we cannot bonk open that door. We gotta use real bombs.
All right, where is Andy going? He is going into the Dark World. Imagine using one of the portals.
An actual portal? I know.
In Cross World. Yeah, we're
in the dungeon right now. I think the answer is no. Correct?
The answer is no, but we're 42 minutes in, and these guys have not really run into any form of a bottleneck. It's been kind of impressive. Just with I talked about the openness earlier, and this seed has just been I think a really good one. We may regret saying that late game. We'll see, but
Yeah. This is one of those times where you really want all of the extra stuff that you would not like to look for in the end game to show up early. I mean, okay, like the classic examples, of course. Yeah, I really like to see the ice rod show up in non-keys, non-entrance, your type of open type of modes. But here, like any Castle Tower keys, we are so happy in order to go see early.
Yeah, I should have said what I did.
Yeah.
Castle Tower keys are going to end us. I guarantee it.
I'm sure they'll just be in GT somewhere, right? Or they could all be. Half of them could be vanilla, just like we saw the vanilla Poke 2 key in Turtle Rock.
They're going to just be the last place we look. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. WallKicks.
He was like, I want that.
Stuff. Yes.
I don't want that.
No, unfortunately. It's just going to be a waste of 100 rupees. And WallKicks is right now kind of teetering on that 500 mark. He's kind of sort of made the mark, and then he shied away from a little bit because he has some extra spending opportunities, and then now he's going to try and get back over to 500. Getting an extra 100 for no reason is not very useful. But WallKicks now 2 keys.
And he's got that big key too. Yes, he does. I thought he did. I thought I saw him grab it. But this will be good for him.
Yeah, I see it marked on this little tiny tracker.
We talk about this here a lot, but this might be one of those pivotal moments where it might be a while before Andy goes back to this. So if WallKicks gets something good that kind of maybe is the linchpin to like open things up, then this could swing in his favor a bit. Andy grabbing a Master Sword.
Yeah, that's right. And that's just too big. Right. So the ball and chain and cell to cell, you do need 4 out of the all 4 Hyrule Castle small keys kind of put in logic. So the fact that WallKicks coming in with only 2 means that it's not in logic. However, he can get there, and that can be so pretty powerful. You don't always want to wait, especially in Keydrop, for your logical access. You just kind of keep in mind, right, what your logical access is. It's like, okay, well, if this is nothing, then maybe I don't have to worry about it. But if it is something, then it could be that you have a leg up, as you mentioned.
Andy racking up the bonks here. High counter.
Very useful for mini Moldrum Cave. Oh, it's a sword. We're gonna get tempered soon.
Ooh, and that's another swamp small. We need a lot of those.
These are some really good finds. For Hyrule Castle key lock.
And mini Moldrum Cave coming up kind of empty there. A Meyer Small's nice if we're full clearing, but not super valuable. The other thing to consider, Meyer actually is available to us. We can't go in.
Right, that's why we have the real boots now.
Each runner with access.
Andy, also here in Hera, we have no hook shot still or the big key. We're not going to be able to do much more than what WallKicks could have done when he was here a little bit earlier. That's our 4th Ice Palace small key. Coupled with that, I guess we haven't found... No, we found Ice Palace. And we have a Fire Rod from WallKicks aside in the front of Skull Woods.
Indeed we do.
We now finally have the hammer. We don't have Samaria. Maybe it's maybe with our powers combined, I believe we can go beat Ice Palace. Actually, maybe WallKicks is outright beat it.
I mean, we gotta find it first.
That's true. We haven't got the save area.
But we definitely could. You're absolutely right. Andy going to get the news about... Never mind. I thought we were going to Dark Shopping Mall. We're going to Hylia Island. I don't think WallKicks has done this.
I don't think so either.
He doesn't need to do it. That's garbage.
Will we actually see Azora play at some point? It looks like the answer is no right now, because we're still going back to Dark World, as you mentioned. Dark Shopping Mall, especially for, there's a reason why probably WallKicks went there earlier and Andy's going there now, is with the mirror, with the glove. 6 entrances available for us. That has very high potential.
Most likely we'll see the Zora check whenever we decide to go check Jim, the catfish, up at the northeastern portion of Dark World. Yeah, Andy's gonna find out all of his great connector options for, do I make a decision and then you stress out about it for a little bit and then just realize that, oh, there's actually nothing to be worried about in this case. Andy not thrilled. Nope. Seeing we'll probably get a chuckle out of him once he sees the connector here. Andy being extremely brave, by the way, in the Ice Rock Cave area. You see those crabs just kind of eyeing him, sidling over to wherever he is, maybe trying to take a piece out of him. It's okay. He's got blue mail. He wasn't afraid at all. Both runners today missing that last chest turn. They both went for it, though. So even footing there on time loss. WallKick. Doing the exact same thing that Andy has done earlier. Well, this Hyrule Castle connector exit wasn't very good. Let me go check the other. Oh. Yeah, this is... It's hilarious. There's the chuckle. Yeah. So now he'll get the news of going through this connector. We'll take him to the back of Skull Woods. The difference here is, like, he doesn't have a fire rod. I don't think... Did Wally have the fire rod then? Because he didn't use it. No, I don't think so either. Oh, JK. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't need it. I had it marked wrong. Now, WallKicks, I don't think went to the drop down, but I guess I don't remember what the drop down actually was. But we'll see it on Andy's side. Ooh, okay. Oh yeah, this is that item we don't need. Right. And if they had already seen the connector on the other side, then maybe we just don't need this drop down at all. Oh, it was just to open the front of school. Okay, so it's just not useful whatsoever. WallKick's going to be getting a lot of goodies here. He'll be finding his tempered sword eventually. Does have one pod key. He just spent it so he's going to get everything that Andy did. Doesn't have the opportunity to go to the back. I thought he was coming in with 2, but I guess I misread.
Yeah, looks like only 1 key, and WallKicks is a firm believer of just open the front door. It doesn't really kind of matter how many keys you have. You just open the front door, come back with another key. It'll be fine. And when you gotta go do stuff like triple mimics or whatever, it's completely not worth it to not open the front door.
So yeah, I think the sword advantage Wally has right now is probably going to be prevalent for a while, unless the fourth sword rears its ugly head somewhere.
Yeah, that's very true. Going over to ball and chain. I mean, Andy's still my builder, you know, as you mentioned, but he's already kind of done the map chest, the map guard. So he probably needs a little bit more incentive to go back and do kind of the rest of the higher castle stuff.
I mean, he's going to need, well, he's got the second small key. He's probably going to need a third to really make him think that it's even close to a priority at this point, because he still has so many things open to him still.
Yeah. And he's also and Andy's already done Dark Cross as well. So if you want to, if you go to anything beyond that, maybe he wants to, as you mentioned, wait out for another for something else, like maybe another small key in order to go back to key rats.
And again, they've got a lot left. One of those kind of outliers that I guess only Wally has like maybe orphaned is the Aga entrance. I don't think we've seen Andy up on the top of.
Oh, I think you're right. You're right.
On top of the castle yet, but this might be that play.
Now, we're kind of seeing Andy going over to, because Pyramid is at Sank, or the Sank is at Pyramid start. The fact that we have a mirror, it's kind of one of those. I guess I can just do this at any time. Now that being said, any time could still be like, oh, because I can do this at any time, it'll just get pushed down the priority list 30 minutes later. But it's only just a fairy fountain, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, no value here.
Another fairy fountain, okay.
Wally very excited that we finally found Aga Tower, since it is required, but no keys. It's been what, probably 30-ish minutes maybe since we were over here and found it, but as I guess a collective restream, but no extra keys just yet.
Yeah, that's right. And it's probably a lot of WallKicks and Andy somewhat doing the things that the other person has done, just in a slightly different order. I don't necessarily say one way is better than the one, because again, as you mentioned, it's a very open seed. They have a lot of options, and it doesn't kind of really look like one approach is necessarily significantly better than the other.
We are going in. Pivotal moment. Potential here. So we're probably, unless we get an Eastern Small, going to be leaving that, or we're going to have to leave that Vanilla Big Key chest. I don't think even with one we'd see a runner go to it. We may see in the dark, but Heart Container and Cannonball. Meanwhile, Jim paying us a visit here, or paying Jim a visit rather, on WallKick's side. And we'll probably get that Zora check you wanted, Clear Mouse.
Yeah. Oh, Jim's got a little nice, piece of heart, or a lot of love for WallKicks. Understandable. We're not gonna go see Zora, by the way. We apparently just literally went to Catfish, and then we're not gonna even go to the other fish. Okay, small key to Hera in Eastern Map Chest.
We are going to Zora.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna take a small detour in this. Understandable. Because, okay, that makes sense. In this case, WallKicks doesn't have to come back to Lake Hylia capacity ferry location.
Correct. So waterfall entrance, just a shop. Andy going to be getting 3 bombs in the left side Eastern Palace chest. That's a small key on the Zora ledge. It could be an Aga Tower key. It could be a Swamp Palace key. It could be none of the above.
Yes, it could be. Actually, I don't know. I mean, I would like to see some pod keys. That'd be kind of nice. Desert Palace small key. There are a lot of small keys out there for us to.
The mitts.
These are the mitts on Zora.
All right.
Look at WallKicks' pog face. So excited to go see those mitts.
That's pretty incredible. Ganon's tower small.
Getting more water checks from Andy. The most convenient time to be able to go do this check is when you're in Dark World with the mirror and the flippers. Not really gonna get much faster.
So 2 GT smalls if Wally's tracker is correct. And Andy with 4. I feel like WallKicks has more than that, but we are going to get a new entrance here on Wally's side.
That's right.
And
that's why we got the miss. He probably wasn't planning, you know, as his first routing and indicated, right? He didn't want to isolate the capacity pair entrance. You're like, okay, let's just go do this real quick so that I don't come back. And then he found the miss. You're like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm going to not come back. I have to go back now again because I don't want to isolate this one entrance. He just probably wasn't thinking about getting the miss so early. Looks like Andy, though, gonna follow in WallKicks' footsteps. Gonna check the north Dark World stuff.
Yeah, he'll get everything cleaned up here. And we're gonna get to see Jim twice. I love when the admins of the tournament show up to watch the races.
Exactly. I don't actually know where. I know that the other admin right now, coinciding, there is a race between Telethar and Hitman, I believe going on Restream and Aries channel. So the goal is to beat them, even though they started like an hour later than us.
If we don't beat them, I'm gonna be omega sad.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is going to not. I was like, maybe WallKicks is just going to go into Eastern now.
No. WallKicks will not be in Eastern anytime soon. I don't know if his requirements are as strict in Keydrop as or whatever, xDHunt, and with Keydrop as opposed to just regular CrossKeys. I mean, with regular crosses, you only really need 2 items, right? Which is the bow and the big key. Here, you gotta get the additional Eastern Palace small key, and Eastern does have a lot more value because it's got more stuff in it.
More stuff, one whole pot without that big key. So, you know, extra items.
Yeah, and the big key actually makes it a much more valuable dip. And because with the big key, not only do you get the big chest, but you also get the Dark Igor as well. So that's 2 checks you can go get. Maybe there's a little bit more incentive to go wait on that big key.
Yeah. Andy going out back of Old Man. This is probably going to be cashing in to check the potion shop, since it's right next door.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, it's probably going to be trash.
But it is a new check for us, at least. Yeah, I was going to say, WallKicks is kind of showing us the stuff that Andy has shown us earlier. Going over to, it was trash. We didn't need it. But it was maybe just enough for Andy to afford a blue potion. A little bit of cash left over.
We'll see if he goes. Yes, looks like he is going to go to Dark World. I was going to say we have the opportunity, and he may still do it. We've got those bonk checks that are available to us in North Dark World. Wally kind of already made a pass through there with the pseudo boots, so he'll have to double back if those are important. He may get lucky, you know, and never have to touch North Dark World again, which would be kind of cool. But I think GT's up here, isn't it? I didn't mark GT when we found it. Hey, there it is.
Yes, very much GT. Yeah, with the real boots, Andy is going to be able to get the torch item, which I believe actually was a mystery small boot that WallKicks couldn't get to earlier. Now, I don't really know how much more Andy can do. Oh, well, he has a hammer. No, never mind. He has a hammer.
He's got hammer, he's got bombs, he's got boots,
that's right.
keys.
He can take this a lot of left side here.
What did WallKicks just go out of to get there? Is that Desert Right? That had to be Desert Right.
Yeah, that was Desert Right. I couldn't tell you the connector that led him to Desert Right, though.
Chat is saying that Andy skipped the desert or the small key on Zora Ledge. I think he did. He saved and quit.
I think you're right.
So that's okay. I guess we just, you know, not caring about Swamp Palace today, even though he didn't know it was Swamp.
I think it was
Hera Big. Was it GT? Oh.
Yeah, I think it was GT. GT was a little bit less. Oh, well, this is a GT key for sure.
Yeah. Interesting. So Lamp is hook locked, as well as Hera.
Yeah. Where is this hook shot?
Watch it
all
be.
This is, oh no, this is not all. This is hook shot locked, right? Southwest from this hook shot locked. This is
just
not hook shot
key locked.
Yeah.
And bonk locked. But new checks here on both sides. Andy pulling a small key. That's to swamp. Okay. And then hammer pegs.
Wow.
That's probably going to be DM descent, which we don't know where that goes, but we're running out of places. That's probably going to take us to bumper ledge if I had to guess.
Oh, that's right. We haven't seen a connector up there yet. Yeah, bumper ledge, old man. These are very common connectors in order to kind of get us places. So we haven't seen it yet. All right, we got the real bonks going on with the real shoes, as Andy is demonstrating that these pits are just a figment of our imagination. His hovers has been really good today.
Imagine driving forever and then hovering.
That's true. This doesn't use any gas though. We can just do this day in, day out forever.
Maybe.
Maybe, you're right.
I don't get very good miles per gallon on long hovers. $300 there in the rando room, the 8 key locked room. Make it 50 as well, and a Meyer small.
Meyer small, all right. Racking up all of these little nice to have keys to be able to let us move around the dungeon a bit. I mean, you mentioned this before. Meyer is a location that is going to be available to us, or that is available to us. We don't have Samaria, we don't have a big key, but Meyer is still chock full of item locations that we can go visit and hopefully get something good. There's nothing precluding Meyer from having the big key, from having Samaria inside.
I wish there was.
Is this even randomized? Not allowed to actually be.
GT big chest, not gonna have a whole lot, but Andy is gonna go fight Ice Armos. And what did you guys say? This is like 6 or 27 key locked or something?
Yeah, I think Ice Armos is 7, rando room is 8.
You guys asked, or you asked Clear Mouse for another pod key, and we have finally got one.
We have finally got a second pod key. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we did.
Out of the 6 that are out there.
Yeah, so we're at 2. But Ice Armos inbound. Andy setting up the good old NMG style. Gonna get it done. 3 items await us as Wally turns into Smith. Andy getting 10 arrows, a big key, 2 pod, and a crystal. But that crystal useless at this point. WallKicks only getting $5 from the Smith right now.
Yeah, pretty nice haul, all things considered, for right side GT. Got a pod key, and we have the big key. I don't know how much more Andy wants to try and hold out for a pod, because that is going to be one of his potential first pieces. Now, that being said, maybe we can try and hold up for another one so we don't have to go back for pods, if we leave items behind.
Andy has a Skull Woods big. He gets a flute.
That's also hookshot locked, by the way, right? That was because that was in Stavros' room. What a find!
We can go to Meyer area now.
We can go to Meyer area. Wow.
Okay, so I take back what I said about that. We hadn't gone to Meyer yet. There is the opportunity that there is a Meyer connector there, or a connector in Meyer. So, but WallKicks with 6 keys. He is going to be headed into left side GT now. Zelda Speedruns, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody. In the middle of an xDHunt restream here between Andy and WallKicks.
Yeah, definitely welcome in. A lot of fun. It's like CrossKeys, but with Keydrop.
And pseudo boots.
And
everyone's favorite.
But we have real boots now. We actually do see the real red shoes on both Andy and WallKicks' feet. Yeah, so WallKicks also making a very similar play to Andy, using and going to GT. No hook shot, but we can see that even without having the need to hover, WallKicks is going to be able to get around just fine with bombs. And
I know there's not a whole lot left. In a way. I mean, there's things to do, but I feel like they're all over the place. Like, I'm wondering when Wally's going to go back to Skull Woods. And I mean, he may do it because of the save and quit point that could pop us out in Kakariko. We may do it early. But, I feel like this flute really going to take us places, not just figuratively.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right. And right now we're kind of at a point where we have maybe enough to, for example, pod. We can actually go get a piece, but then we don't really have enough keys to get everything else kind of in the dungeon. So maybe you want to try and hold up a bit. A flute would be very useful if you can get some more stuff before the dungeon. We did find the back of Skull Woods, it looks like, with an additional small key, but Andy with the Master Sword, Half Magic, Fire Rod, the actual item you're intended to have for the fire source and to go beat the boss. We're gonna go collect our first piece very, very quickly.
Yeah, we got one more item here on the Gibdo in the back room. Andy going to utilize Fire Rod just to go ahead and take it out. It's a small key, but that is going to be to Castle Tower. That's one of the 4.
Perfect. Yes.
We're going to need all 4 of them today.
Oh, blessed to see any Castle Tower keys show up. We're just very happy. Yeah, actually, if especially, I believe chat is correct in that Andy did skip a small key on Zora Ledge.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't.
You need all the Castle Tower keys. I would be a little bit scared if
that was the Castle Tower key. This would be over. Like, I mean, you could literally say this is over. Andy getting Triforce piece number 1 at the 104 mark. 7 to go. Oh, we're gonna be here for 7 hours at this rate.
I believe that they're capable of going faster, and hopefully this right. We got places to be. All right.
These splits will not be symmetrical. We'll call it that. But Wally getting his pod 2 as well, and dropping in to fight Ice Armos.
How do you feel about climbing, Dante? Out of curiosity. Because we do have enough keys to climb.
I've done some rock climbing in. Oh, you mean Ganon's Tower?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking.
I mean, at this point, this is where I always personally feel I'm way behind in CrossKeys because, you know, it's me. But I would say, yes, I would climb, but I don't think a smart runner would climb just yet.
Okay. I think that does make sense. Andy battle because he's gonna brute force his way through Spike Cave, and no cape or Burna, but we have so much help.
Okay, it still didn't matter.
Yeah, but I think you're right though, especially with that. Well, WallKicks doesn't know about the flute discovery, but Andy right now having so much more stuff to be able to do. Plus, do you really want to fly when it potentially may not be required?
Oh, that's the damn.
Yeah, that's a very, very good find for WallKicks.
I think he came through. What was that? Was it DM Descent that he came through there?
Yeah, he came from DM Descent and he left DT. And I'm trying to think where that initial connector was.
We'll assume it was down there at the good old hammer pegs. But that's huge. Something to keep an eye on, especially if we need Swamp Smalls. Yeah, exactly. It's certainly a requirement in order to go beat Swamp Palace. And you know, just kind of looking down the trackers, WallKicks has 4 a skull with small keys, and Swamp Palace small keys, so that is enough to beat the dungeon. We haven't found Swamp yet. We don't have the hook shot, which apparently this hook shot is the one logical crux that is unlocking the entire rest of the seed, and we found with everything else afterwards. Yeah, WallKicks also soon on his way to be able to go get his first Triforce piece. He does a Tempered Sword as a sword advantage when he visited Zelda Cell and Ball and Chain Guard in the front of Hyrule Castle, which Andy, of course, has not done. So Tempered Sword is going to speed up the fight certainly a little bit, just because of better equipment. This fight should be pretty good. Oh yeah. Andy opting to climb Hera. This is going to get him his second piece, assuming this fight goes according to plan. I have full faith. That's but right. We know we don't get a hook shot here, though. That's the one thing to keep in mind. I guess there is a chance we get it in the basement, but we're definitely not getting it up here just based on where the Hera big key was. Yeah, that was actually my next question to you. Like, would you do the basement here? We do have fires. We have multiple fire sources. I would. The fire rod is available. I may skip it if lamp. But given that we're getting into what I would call some of the later game, at least in these xDHunts that I've seen, you know, this is a prime time to do it. You can get back here quickly, but the portal transition is very long. Solid fight also from WallKicks. He's going to get piece number 1, getting on the board. Yeah, more keys to Ice Palace? Oh no! I did not think that you could fall there, especially in that spin animation. Wow. Yeah, it depends on which direction you're holding. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I guess you're supposed to just not hold any direction, or like, you need to be pushing I want to say, oh God, you're making me think.
Oh,
I
I'm
just
sorry,
do it.
sorry.
I just do it. I don't think.
Okay.
You have to press a direction. I want to say you want to be pushing away. If I say towards, that's even dumber. But anyway, $300 on Moldorm, and we're getting Triforce piece number 2.
Yeah, see, much faster than the original 1 piece per hour trend that we were originally following. All right, WallKicks also Secrets broke out. Spike Cave. You can actually see a lot of things that Andy WallKicks are doing very similar, and very like-minded. Kind of shows that they're just somewhat, you know, again, skill-wise, like very on par. Very talented people.
And Andy is going to go down and do this. Isn't one of the unwritten rules that you have to fill out the compass for at least 1 dungeon? So a 7 of 7 here
Perfect.
would fulfill that rule.
Yeah, and see, this way we can skip Tile Room and GT. We can skip Ice Tea and Ice Palace when we eventually get there. Maybe the Bari. That could be also, that's a very common one to go that people skip because it's so out of the way and isolated. You're gonna go get.
Yeah, for sure.
We can leave Swamp Palace left side. Who needs those? Eastern Palace Big Key chest is another one of those locations that also people leave behind. There are a lot. See, there are very few dungeons where you're actually willing to probably get all of the items in.
Yeah, I mean, another place, like if I'm WallKicks, you know, when I finish here, I think Meyer's a high priority. He's got 2 keys. He should be able to do a good bit of it. Andy's got a few more, and I don't know where he got those. Another pod small.
Ooh, another pod. That might be enough, honestly, for Andy to go back to pod. He did open the front door, and we can go beat the boss. We can get a lot of stuff in the back if he wants to.
He has not opened the front door. He's not done.
Oh, right.
He went right side.
You're right. You're absolutely right. We did not even have a small key to spare.
But we're going to Meyer area.
Yeah, we're going to go explore the Meyer area. Hopefully we'll get a 4th pod key. 3 pod keys. Always kind of awkward. So hopefully we can get 1 more, maybe even 2 more if the stars align and give us more pod keys. That's just, we're like begging for scraps here for the game.
Oh, I'm upsetty. We found Spiral.
Yeah,
luckily it's easy to get back to, but WallKicks not falling to Moldorm though. Gonna get his $300 in Triforce piece 2.
Yeah, certainly very nice progress for both WallKicks and Andy. Gonna finish up the entrances here in the Meyer area. It is Ether, which Andy, of course, is marked on his map. They both have. So we're gonna be able to check all the items, or all the entrances, excuse me, here in one go. We don't have to come back and go find another requisite item in order to go do something with.
Yeah, this is the Meyer play from Wally. So him staying in Logic might actually be of a benefit. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, like, going out of Logic is always one of those double-edged swords, right? On the one hand, it can get you something very good, because maybe you were eventually supposed to get this. It's just that the logic was very convoluted in order to get there. But Andy finding Ice Palace here in the Meyer entrance location. Ooh. On the other hand, it could just lead you, to a bunch of nothing because you didn't need it. Oh. Yeah, but very excellent find in my for Andy to be able to come over here to the Meyer entrance, Meyer area.
I like what he's doing here, though. I think he's gonna go ahead and check all this other stuff just in case. And we find Swamp too. Just in case he finds that ice big. But WallKicks with 12 items here. Can't get all of them just yet. But he's gonna get a boomerang in that chest. For number 2, he is gonna head down and check out.
Yeah. This mode, because it's cross, even though yes, you will need all 6 Meyer small keys to put the left side in Logic. I mean, we're here. You already spent your 2 keys in order to go get these 2 chests, so you may as well just reap what you can. And again, like the Meyer keys, it's just like in the other keys type of modes. WallKicks. You light the torch. I mean, they don't have to show up immediately. Neither they show up later. And sometimes a little bit more investment. But here we are. Andy also finding the Meyer area is just chock full of dungeons. Finding Desert back as well. No big key. Could show up here. If we do, we're gonna be able to collect our next piece very quickly. Otherwise, we'll have to come back.
And that's our first pendant find. So the pendants and crystals.
True.
If you're new to this mode. Pod key there for Wally too.
Ooh,
so that's
a great find.
3rd for him. 4th overall. But yeah, the pendants and crystals, they are shuffled in the item pool, so they're not on the bosses since you've seen us get those Triforce pieces there. They can just appear in chest. It's kind of crazy.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, a CT small.
Castle Tower key. Ooh.
I'm excited.
That's right. It's like getting a new Christmas gift every single time you see a Castle Tower key show up because we only need 2 more. 50% progress bar fulfilled. Surely
it's more like an escape room where you solve a puzzle and you get to do a little more.
Yes.
You know, like the next piece.
You know how high the dopamine is every single time you get one of those like unlocked doors or
that's right.
chest opening. Oh, it feels so good.
5 Ice Palace Smalls. That's a whole lot of Ice Palace Smalls.
That's a lot.
Item 5 in Meyer for Wally, $20 on the bridge. Nothing.
Got map chest, spike pot key, spike chest. A couple more checks here left in Meyer. You know, again, just like the pot. Oh, I think we can get the fishbone as well, maybe.
There's an Eastern small and a Skullwood small for Wally. Not of any value at this stage. But that Eastern small, that's going to be something we need to look towards. There's that hook shot.
Oh, there is our hook shot. Put everything back now in logic. What a hook shot. I guess maybe it couldn't have been a lot more other places, right? Right?
Yeah, but now the question is, so what about that whole GT climb?
Yeah, that's a great question. Oh no. Oh no.
Because we also have to consider Back of Escape is still around. Old Frederick's waiting for us to visit.
Yeah, we've already spent our only 2 keys in Hyrule Castle, at least from WallKicks' side. To be
the ice rod.
That's an ice
Fishbone. Okay.
Andy says, forget about bomb jumping. My boots are trusty as ever. We don't need to waste health or time. I'm just gonna go hover over everything. What is WallKicks? Okay, WallKicks maybe do Smith Chain? No, we already turned the Smith. Purple chest?
This is probably purple chest. Which
WallKicks has read out. Right, he doesn't have the flute from Skullwood's big chest. I mean, he has the big key, but he doesn't he hasn't actually gotten the flute yet, so he doesn't really kind of know about all these goodies and dungeon locations that are in the Meyer area.
The other thing to consider, you know, from his vantage point is, you know, with that hookshot now, there's 3 items in Hookshot Cave. You know, he did not hover it.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Like you said, he normally does not do that. But that's a small key to Swamp for Andy. Things are looking okay for Andy with 4. 4 gets you to the back, right? So maybe...
Yeah, 4 gets you the dungeon beaten. If you want to full clear the dungeon, get left side, you will need a 5th small key. Or, alternatively, you can try and bomb Spooky. And then you don't need that last key. He learned in theory. He learned in theory at SGL for like 15 seconds.
You don't remember that.
That's right.
All right, so we are going to go visit Aga Tower here on Wally's side. Time for some revisits.
How many times do you think we're going to get Castle Tower visits, Dante? How many times do you come visit here? Maybe every single time you got the copium. Maybe the next key is vanilla.
The second Eastern Small is also in ice.
Where's the Eastern Big Key? Do you think the Eastern Big Key is vanilla? Do you know how hilarious that would be?
No, that would not be funny.
I mean, it would be funny for me, but maybe you're right. I don't think it would be very funny for Andy and WallKicks, especially when they already know that they have to go find all 4 Castle Tower keys.
One of the funny things we just saw is that WallKicks just got Bombos, and I don't know if you recall, but Bombos is how we open. Never mind, I'm the idiot. I was about to say TR main is available to us, but we came out of that. So I had the copium here for Wally at the moment, but it did not.
Oh, that's right. We did actually come out of it. You're right. Yeah. That was one of our fun. I don't know what other Hyrule Castle, whatever other connectors I think that we were taking. Something that was really fun. Amusing. That happened in the mountain.
WallKicks headed to pod now with his additional pod key. I think or rather 2 keys. This will be stuff in the back, and I think also probably gonna go and beat the boss.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so both of them are working towards their 3rd Triforce piece.
Crystal pieces sounds better than Triforce pieces.
getting fragments of crystals, shards.
Make them blue. Make them
Yeah.
blue instead of yellow now.
And yeah, coming in Andy with half magic fire rod. Master Sword honestly not gonna do too much for us. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Okay, we have red mail, don't worry. We are
Yeah, I'm not even concerned. Let's see what Wally pulls. 10 arrows. A piece of heart. Also, not great. That's another small key for Andy. Oh, it's a CT3!
Tower key. Okay, okay.
There's only one to go.
Right, only one more. And I'm sure it is not on our not friend, the ball and chain guard, in the circle of pots in Castle Tower. That is the worst possible location for that Castle Tower key to be.
It's gonna be in the worst possible location.
The problem with Castle Tower keys, especially something like this, it can literally be anywhere. It can be on the GT climb, for example. It can be in one of those pseudo vanilla locations inside Castle Tower.
There's that green pendant that Saha told us about, so we could get an item from that. That may be something we see Wally do soon-ish. Big key here in Spiral. That's to Thieves.
Okay,
Andy
that's a very
pausers.
nice key. We did. Can we get down?
Trying his hardest.
Okay. I didn't know if there was some sort of glitch or something that prevented
glitch was Andy.
Okay. Sometimes you never know with this game. Admittedly, if you do too many things on the same frame, I did hear that the game can sometimes not want to behave as much, but that was pretty funny.
That was something special. So Andy going to be utilizing this connector, going to be heading to the Thieves Town dungeon, which is up here on top of the Dark Mountain. And we'll be clearing that.
Yeah,
I think we'll be leaving, unless we get a small key in here, we'll be leaving one behind, or one item behind.
It's okay.
Just like we did in Ice.
Yeah, but we've already full cleared the Hera dungeon. You know, you got the full compass mark. So you said we needed one dungeon, right? Not two. So
sure. I don't know if that's an actual rule, but I know Jim says it all the time. So
yeah.
I think it's hilarious. All right, just 10 arrows there.
That's
What
right.
is 10 arrows? Are there actually 10 arrows in chest? I thought it was like 5.
Oh, okay, that's right. As part of the drops for pots and enemies and such, if the prize itself is supposed to be like 5 arrows or 3 bombs in this case, instead of making the actual item and having it be a fanfare, they just replace it with like 4 bomb drop and 10 arrow drop. So it just kind of saves you that very little extra time. Yeah.
And gives you more value.
That's right, exactly.
Well, Helmasaur now here for WallKicks. 17 hammer schmacks on the good old noggin.
Yeah, WallKicks doesn't have red mail. At least I don't think so does. But he's acting like he has red mail.
Taking down Helma. Going to get Triforce Piece 3. Also going to be getting a small key. And that is to Hyrule Castle.
Interesting. These Hyrule Castle small keys are really showing up as some of the most... Like, all of these keys. We found a pot small key in the big key chest of Mire, which is all 6 Mire key lot. We found what did we find in Lava Chest? A GT small key, I think, right? That was locked by all 6 TR small keys. Like, I'm really wondering what the logic is kind of, what the intended path of the game was wanting to go take.
Well, now we have to think about what are we going to do. Andy can get up to 5, I think, Triforce pieces at the moment.
Yeah. For Andy, he still needs to go find the dam, which was through, what is it, DM Descent, so you said, that entrance and mirror on top of Bumper Cave. So then he knows where Swamp is. He does need to go to Mire to go get the hook shot, and ideally that 4th sword, the 4th overall sword, will show up for Andy somewhere where he doesn't have to go to Ball and Chain and Zelda Cell in order to go get his 3rd sword that WallKicks has.
Yeah. Now, we did just see WallKicks actually go to Skull Woods. He got his...
Right, saw that.
He got his flute, and Andy got his 3rd sword on blind.
Perfect.
So
easy.
all right.
I should have just not said that 5 seconds earlier, and then it would have been all good. Yeah, but that's at piece number piece number 4 down for Andy. Only 4 more to go. And the castle tower key, the 4th castle tower key as well.
Yeah, we need that still. But Andy headed to pod. Does he have? He has the same number of keys, right? Yeah, he's at 3. Hasn't opened this main door. So if he does this, he will not be checking anything different. I did not see what Wally just got there.
He picked up the Cane of Samaria from the drain item, so that dam is like triply required at this point.
So Andy's gonna have to do Smith Chain here, most likely, to lead him to that. But now WallKicks gets to kind of go through all the rigmarole that Andy did. You know, he's gonna be going into ice shortly.
Yeah, and without the ice palace big key, WallKicks will probably not be able to get the big chest, just like Andy. So both runners at least have parity in leaving one item behind the ice palace. Now, if WallKicks chooses not to do the conveyor belt Bari, it's fine. We did see that Andy did it and got red mail out of it, so it's not like he can just, it's not like he's gonna miss anything, but you know, it's more for his peace of mind.
Yeah, just kind of looking over things. Like WallKicks could, what could he get? He's at 3. Trinex is available to him. Ice, and he's about to be. He needs 5. Thieves Town's about to be available, and he will have Swamp as well. So he'll be one. He'll need 1 dungeon completion from Go Mode here very shortly. Yeah. Brave also pointing out that Ice Palace is a lot faster for WallKicks as well. Oh yeah.
We have Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, things are coming up good here for Wally here at the 125 mark. Because the question begs, like, when will Andy go to the Smith area? Also, when will Andy go to Meyer?
Yeah, I think that was probably the biggest question, is when he's gonna go to Meyer to go get his hookshot, to put everything like, because again, he doesn't know where the hookshot is. All the stuff that he has gotten, like the flute, all the dungeons he's done, they're still out of luck because they're all hookshot locked. And of course, Ice Rod was there in Fishbone for WallKicks, and this Meyer Big Key is really taking its time to be discovered. I mean, it seems to be pretty buried at this point. We don't know if it's going to show up. Meyer may not be a dungeon that either WallKicks or Andy will complete as part of their, a Triforce piece set.
And we need 8 for the whole entire set.
Yeah, but they're definitely right now looking at what is available to WallKicks and what's available to Andy. WallKicks has a lot more stuff to do. You know, as you mentioned, he can do Ice Palace. He's doing Thieves Town right now. He do Swamp Palace. He's already found the dam, and of course he has Samaria to make things a little bit faster in the dungeon. Andy still kind of needs to do a little bit of some of those things. For example, find the dam. He needs to, and then go to the drain item to go pick up the Samaria, and more importantly, of course, go into Meyer. So. But at least temporarily, with this Helmasaur kill, Andy is going to be up 5 pieces to WallKicks', let's say 3.5 at this point. It's soon to be 4.
3.7.
Okay, that is an accurate description of how far along WallKicks is in this dungeon.
That's right.
Oh, speaking of though, 3rd Hyrule Castle key. That might push Andy over to do more stuff in Hyrule Castle.
I mean, he could be stupid, and like I say stupid, he could go to Frederick and then go to the back. Like he could just say screw the front, I'll do that. But I don't know, having that big key really makes you think you might need it though.
Yeah, exactly. Right, like Zelda Cell usually is just one of those checks where it's so buried. You know how to cross a big key, and you need a bunch of higher cross small keys to get there. So you're just like, oh, whatever. But now once you have it, you're like, oh, maybe I should go there now.
Yeah.
But certainly fret not. Andy still has plenty of things to go do. It's just that they're not specifically dungeon Triforce piece obtain towards obtaining a Triforce piece.
Yeah. Well, he is doing hammer pegs now. So this, if he follows it, this will lead him to the dam, which will be, I think, good for him to kind of stay in this. That was not the one I thought it was. Where was that connector?
North Dark World, maybe? WallKicks exited GT, which was at Fortune Shop, or Fortune Teller, and I don't remember where he went. But also, to be fair, we couldn't also see what that connector was because nobody had the lamp until Andy just right now.
True, true. Andy's climbing.
Andy's climbing. Wow. What
this saved him in the past. I think it's gonna burn him today.
Well, we'll see. I mean, if he finds Castle Tower 4 up here, if he finds Eastern Big up here, there are. If he finds Meyer Big, that could also be something.
Meyer Big would be huge, but it doesn't do a whole lot for him just yet.
These are really nice Mimics rooms. Yeah, but at least the first, 3 items upstairs in GT is 0 small key lock, only the big key, and of course, some sort of fire source and the bow is logically refraining from these to be obtained. So Andy, even though he's only going up with 2 keys, I don't think we've even seen a total of 7 or 8 GT keys between WallKicks and Andy that were unique. He still has to get some items in logic, and then of course the rest of them, whatever pre-Moldarm chest and Moldarm is just kind of gravy. And we're gonna be able to get the back of escape, I think, also as pointed out. So
we'll also on WallKick side, we're gonna get front of TR here.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Andy, you can actually see, very, very talented runner with the boots, with pretty much NMG-esque equipment and then some, half magic fire rod. We're gonna go through this gauntlet lickety-split, as you mentioned. We're gonna go see Tri next. It's gonna be evening up the Triforce piece count for both Andy and WallKicks.
Yo, Aries playing.
I know, yeah, imagine.
I'm excited. Aries coming in with a steel chair.
Oh, God. Oh, but we're gonna see some new, lesser seen content on Andy's side. Bow whiz ropes. Not often you get to see that because of course, typically you've had the cane by now, right? When you climb What was that on Try Next? I completely.
That was a pod small. It was a something, but it was a small key. All right, so peeking through, looks like that. I'm kind of scouring the VOD here while they are cleaning up, and it looks like that connector is actually just north of Kakariko, so it's just there.
Oh, okay. So it just only looks like it's gonna be mirror lots. All right, what's up here? Meyer small key.
I was wondering if that was CT small.
Yeah, that would have been pretty big. We have a book inside the front literacy. Turtle Rock compass.
Color me excited. Thieves. Oh yeah, Andy not thrilled about that one.
Yeah, you can see the hand. But okay, there again we got some copium. I think that one is 7 key lock maybe. It's a lot of it's a lot of small key lock GT items. So, but yeah, you're never really happy to see that. Andy maybe gonna save some time here. Very nicely done.
So not getting a whole lot here on this climb. Bugnet and single arrow for Wally in the last 2 chests of the front of Turtle Rock. Oh, so now where do we go? I think we just have to go to Swamp. Swamp is calling our name.
Yeah. I mean, WallKicks is already after his flu. He hasn't been over to the Meyer area yet, so he doesn't really know about all the dungeons he can go do. But that's expecting this one. Oh, has he?
He's been there, but he went through the spiral cave connector.
Oh, right.
He does not have like the ice information just yet, so he is going to go ahead and get this. Agatu going down. $50 on Ether Tablet as the bat appears to a very farty sounding saxophone. flawless MSU pack. But now, Clear Mouse, we are back in the Mire area, and now WallKicks can get the additional information and head into his dungeons. Andy doing backup escape, though. 3 items coming in hot. What will it be?
Yeah, hopefully this is definitely worth the climb. The Mire Small Key probably is not going to be that great. Backup escape, not also that great, but we are going to be able to go see the last remaining item here in the backup escape. I'm going to close my eyes now and watch WallKicks.
Gonna take care of Frederick. That's a small key. It's ice, though.
Ice Palace. Ooh, unfortunate haul for Andy. Not the gifts that you were hoping that you would go get this year.
I knew it would be a lump of coal this time, just because it bailed him out last time. We'll see if WallKicks does that, though. I think he has so much available to him. He's gonna probably find the path here. Swamp has many items. I don't even know. The number says 16 on WallKicks tracker, so I'll trust that.
Yeah, and WallKicks also, for what it's worth, at this point having 2 Eastern Palace Small Keys and not having to gone in to Eastern the first time, he might be a little bit tempted. I don't know. I don't know his resolve. I don't know, how strong his principles are.
And that's right. Yeah.
Waiting out, for the Eastern Palace Big Key, but if he's willing to go in with potentially that many more items to be able to have, especially if that's a beatable dungeon,
that definitely
into himself.
It explains why he didn't do Hera Basement, because that small key is in...
it was a Hera, it's the Eastern map chest.
Eastern. Right. But Andy going to be heading to back here. He'll get his gold sword. I don't believe there was anything else here except maybe another... Wasn't there like a swamp small down here? Yeah,
there was another something small key here. I think you're right, though. I think it's swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, suddenly we're really racking up the Swamp Palace small keys. And I assume with 5 keys, WallKicks will do all of Swamp Palace. You even have the big key to Swamp Palace as well.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, and having more than one potential go mode item build for us, Eastern Palace big key, Mire big key. Is that kind of it?
Yeah, possibly. I think this is also... Isn't this where Wally got the ice rod?
WallKicks got the ice rod in Mire Fishbone.
Mire Fishbone, that's right.
Right, okay, yeah. So I'm thinking we potentially could use a Desert Palace big key. That would be our third... That's okay. So our go mode collectively is going to be one of Mire big key, Eastern Palace big key, or Desert Palace big key. The 3 most difficult big keys to find. Only for the pieces. Keep in mind, we still need the 4th Castle Tower key.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah.
And WallKicks needs 3 of them.
Oh, that's true.
But he's gonna get... I think he gets 1 here. Is it here? No.
1 was in the back of Mothula. I remember that one. 1 was in Ice Palace. Yeah, 1 might be in here in Ice Palace.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he hasn't clicked it.
Could be.
All right, so Andy headed to Misery Mire now. 1 on cold, according to Pichu in chat. So thank you.
All right, thanks, Pichu.
We'll get 1 here, and then there's another. I know there was another one shortly after this on Andy's path. So I kind of expect Wally to be getting both of them shortly.
Yeah, and we know that there is no Castle Tower key in the first 2 chests of Castle Tower. I believe WallKicks checks those for us.
Yes.
Does not preclude the Castle Tower key being in the remaining 2 guards that are back there, but let's just hope in this case that they're not.
How many times do you want to climb Castle Tower today? That was a solid fight there. I know it was gold sword and all, but capitalized on the opportunity on WallKicks' side, getting his 6th out of 8 Triforce pieces.
Yeah, taking an early scoreboard lead for WallKicks.
How the tables have turned.
That's right, how the triangular tables have turned. Yeah, and WallKicks, having finished up Ice Palace, he is going to go over to Swamp Palace, which is right next door, soon to be found on his side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think until you find that Castle Tower 4, or Castle Tower 3 for that matter, it's just very, very difficult for people to skip anything. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, the Castle Tower 4 could just literally be here in Swamp, and then we're probably feeling really great about
they will be cooking
so far. Mm-hmm. All right, more pod keys for Andy. Again, every single one, the one extra pod key will just get us one more check in pod, harmless hellweight, or big key chest.
All right, there's that Eastern big, so that puts us in Aga Tower mode for Wally.
WallKicks also being able to, he's gonna be able to sleep at night, going to single dip Eastern Palace as he wants to.
The dream.
Ice Palace.
Oh, the ice big.
If the Castle Tower key is there, wow, man.
you don't want to see that. Like, like Wally's not happy about that at this particular moment, I would assume. He is gonna head. He has enough for this, doesn't he? He does. Yeah, with 5, he'll be able to do this side. Andy, you don't have the big key, brother. Are you just running this way for funsies?
Let's say yes.
I too enjoy that text box.
See, exactly. All right. Well, you know what? We our initial woes have been covered up because we finally found the hook shot, which puts everything back in logic now for Andy, at least item wise. I don't know if that was intended for him to end this route there.
Oh no, that face says it all. He's thinking about leaving. I think he's going back in. No, he's leaving.
Okay.
Surely it'll be fine.
It's okay. In this case, we didn't get everything out of Meyer, but we did, I believe, get the important things out. We got the ice rod, we got the hook shot, which is what we really needed. I forgot completely about Big Bomb. Is there anything else could help him right now?
What he really needs right now is still available.
Okay.
Agina too, maybe library. I don't know if we've seen library. It might have been early and I missed it.
Yeah, because I remember seeing Andy walk out when there was just 3 bombs. I think it might have been in my area as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think right now what Andy needs to do is he needs to go and find the dam, which WallKicks has already done, which is why he's in Swamp Palace, so that can get him another piece. But then again, while it does look like WallKicks has the advantage with the extra Triforce piece, soon to be probably an extra 2 Triforce pieces, nothing is really ever decided until we find that 4th Castle Tower key.
The 4th ice rod.
Yes. TR small key. Every single small key now is going to be, is this the Castle Tower key? Ooh, speaking of, you're correct, Dante. Here is Agina.
We are gonna go see Agina. I mean, the only thing this could really be is Meyer Big. That would be of any benefit. Well, like I said, also could have been CT small, but
yeah. If that was Meyer Big, though, I think Andy would have been. Well, would Andy have gone straight back without Samaria? I don't know.
Well, the question is, does Andy know he hasn't gone through a connector? Silver arrows here for WallKicks in the flooded room of Swamp.
That's true. Oh yeah, that's true. According to, that's right. From Andy's perspective, that pyramid very, very well could have been the dam.
Well, there's the desert big. So another dungeon we can do. So that's also 2 more item checks we can do. Andy goes right to the, I guess this is all he had left. He does remember though. So this is going to take him to the dam.
Now, this is going to be a pretty interesting decision for WallKicks because right now he's about to get a 7th piece after full clearing out Swamp with no Castle Tower keys, right? No additional Castle Tower keys. He has the option of getting either Eastern or Desert as his 8th piece, but he might end up getting both, just because we're still, again, looking for the extra Castle Tower.
Oh yeah, we could see a 9-piece, like, we could see a 10-piece for all we know.
Yeah.
I could go for a 10-piece nugget like right now, but
oh my gosh, did they even sell 10-piece nuggets?
Oh yeah,
I forgot. Okay, I forgot all the different number nuggets you can get in one setting. very nice.
He's laughing
Andy.
about
yeah,
that,
he's
Maria,
shaking
but-
his head. Yep.
Triforce Piece 7 for Wally. He can get his 8th. But we need... Yep. I think this has to be where the CT Smalls was. No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I know. He's getting ready to get his 3rd because this is back of desert. So he's actually going to be able to clear this in one go.
You're absolutely correct. Yes, back of desert was our third CT Small. Yeah. It was right before. It was in Tiles 2, right before basically the boss room.
Right. Wally getting his 2nd pendant now.
Okay. Oh, Andy, it looks like he remembered about the Zora small key that he may or may not, I guess, have forgotten earlier when he was at Zora itself. I think it was pretty reasonable. I mean, if he found it, he didn't have to go back immediately because if it were like another Castle Tower, he could just show up. But until
shaking his head.
Until you find the 4th one, you gotta sometimes hedge your bets.
There's CT3. You think you think he's just going for it?
Wait, wasn't a boss right there? But wait, what?
There's a boss back there.
Yeah.
Like, he could have done that. Was there a key that we're missing?
No, because the small key counter definitely said 1. We could open that key door.
Maybe he's okay. I have a theory.
Okay, all right, I'm listening.
So the theory is that he doesn't want to use that key when he can get a guaranteed Triforce piece right here.
Oh.
Because he may want to check. He may want to save scum it for right side desert.
Oh,
I like that idea.
You're so smart, Dante. That makes a lot of sense.
That's why I didn't enter this tournament, clearly.
I did not think about that whatsoever. And I was just like, yeah, we can go get so many Triforce pieces, but apparently, yes, there is the desert right side, which unlocks 2 checks, compass chest and the key chest. Now, do you want to go do those checks without the 4th key? Maybe. Usually, you're taking a bit more of a risk, right? Because especially if you want desert as a Triforce piece to count towards your counter, then you really want to be able to save your keys, right? Be able to save them for the boss. But now WallKicks is in a position where he has the ability to choose. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need the piece back there.
Andy laughing about the ice big there.
Yeah, ice big. Thieves Town small on top of GT. Those. Oh, couldn't we have those items before we went to the dungeon 2 minutes ago?
It'd have been nice. It was like 20 minutes ago for Andy, though.
Yeah,
it was 2 for Wally.
I am also, by the way, noticing just like a little bit more, I would say, like subtle experience improvements with these people, especially when Keydrop was first introduced. Everyone picked up everything. Didn't matter what it was. Green rupee, blue rupee, bombs that you didn't need, all this stuff. And now people, after what, I don't know, pots and bones, Keydrop, 80 KDB, all these other modes, you see an item that you don't need anymore, they're fast enough to react. Be like, I don't need this. I don't need to pick up this item or to increase the counter or whatever. And they, save yourself the extra 2 to 3 seconds every time.
Oh yeah. TR small there for Andy. 5-7 to Triforce piece count. Wally with the lead, looking for one more Castle Tower small key. Could it be here in the vanilla big key chest of Eastern? It's not.
It's a pod key. Well, we're finally racking up those pod keys. Big key chest. Harmless Hellway. We need one more key for logic. However, it doesn't preclude us from getting those checks now. And that Castle Tower key can be in literally anywhere that we haven't checked right now. Nice compass of Thieves Town. I knew that. That's the only one available. Okay, alright, but this is it. Full clear of Eastern Palace. Nothing extra that WallKicks can use to help him in his Castle Tower 4th hunt.
Yeah, and chat bringing up a good point. I thought about this earlier, but it really didn't seem like it would be a play we would want, but given our dungeon layout. But we do have GT right side.
Yeah, that was locked by Samaria, both tile room and of course compass room. Trying to see if we have enough GT keys to do it. I'm gonna assume the answer is yes. Looking at Andy is 7.
Andy did get that one on the the side.
Yeah, on the left.
So
right.
he should be okay to do it. But single rupee and Triforce piece 8 for WallKicks. Andy gonna stay right there with him, 2 behind at 6.
Yes. So WallKicks now has the ability to hurt Ganon. All we gotta do is get there. That getting there is the much more difficult part.
Armo shake storage, anyone?
Yeah. Well, we do have boots for what it's worth. We do have to go beat.
Oh yeah, we can't even do it. We can't even change the world state. Never mind. Just
No.
find me a way around Aga, please.
I want. Yeah, we're trying. And I think one of the admins earlier, Jam, he was noting that yes, sorry, he was really trying to not have Aga or Ganon be behind Aga, but it's fine.
Can we get fast Aga? Like we got fast Ganon. Like give us fast Aga. Like it's just open.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
All right, big chest here. Desert for WallKicks. This is new and exciting information. $20.
It's not a small key.
It's not exciting anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But he is going to the right side. I think he has that key. Will he reset if this is trash?
Yeah, and very understandably, if you can use one key to unlock 2 chests, right? Compass chest and big key chest, as opposed to just the item on Lamo, because you don't need the Triforce piece anymore, it's probably good value for you.
Oh, skulls! I got excited.
I know.
Oh.
Every single time we see an extra skull. Oh yeah, I was even wondering at this point, how many other small keys can we see before? Can we still get baited on? Desert Palace small key. I think one more pot key, one more swamp key.
You know, neither of them have actually gone with that green pendant. They've not gone to Saha.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Is this Ganon's tower? This has got to be a GT play. Yeah,
this is probably right side for WallKicks. Oh, I mean, it also could be the climb. Don't get me wrong. With Samari, I would imagine that investing the 50 some seconds.
Yeah, I would.
Side first.
I'm going right side in WallKicks shoes before I climb. But I mean, if he doesn't get it here, I can't imagine him. I mean, maybe he gets a Meyer big over here. Bombo's tablet's also still available. I haven't thought about that.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely.
I hate this.
Andy hasn't done Smith chain either. He just kind of flew over to 7 by himself without doing Smith or Purple Chip. That might be more of incentive for him to do that chain now. But yeah, you're right. Bombo's tablet's not been checked. WallKicks checked Ether tablet very early because we have the old man saving quick point. Up at GT. Hyrule Castle. I have forgotten about this key as well. No.
No.
WallKicks there. Oh no.
If that burns him, that won't be the first time that pot has burned him, and I will cry. I will cry for Wally.
Oh my gosh. Yes, there is the Conveyor Star Pits pot key. Not to be confused with the Conveyor Cross pot key. There's the one after Compass Chest. But yes, that does have an item now because it's Keydrop.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Andy will resolve the copium that we're experiencing right now.
If it's this.
Oh no.
If it is this, I think we're gonna have to collectively give WallKicks a hug.
Yeah.
We have Tile Room chat also pointing out it is available. It's slow, but it's available.
And it's available. And we can also go back to some of the other decks that we have left behind. By we, I do mean both Andy and WallKicks. We have Easttown Big Key, or it's a big chest that WallKicks will also eventually get when they top of GT. We have Ice Palace Big Chest that both of them have after Ice Palace Big Key.
All right, thank God it's not Andy not doing Tile Room either.
Andy might feel a little behind. based on how late he got to Samari and the dam. That's just my guess. But
153. I'm feeling behind in both of them shoes.
Okay,
because
fair.
like Wally's been in CT go mode for longer than Andy.
Yeah, that's also true.
So we've shifted from swords on Wally's side to now ice rod keys.
That's right. It's like a monkey's paw. WallKicks is like, don't let me be in sword go mode next time. Don't let me be in sword go mode. It's like, okay, no problem. You won't have to be in that sword go mode next time. It's like, can I go back to sword go mode?
Would be nice.
All right. Well, this is when. Yeah. Well, this is when we're seeing Andy and WallKicks give a little bit of time back to the other person. WallKicks is doing the GT climb, just Andy done a little bit earlier, and which allows Andy to get that time back in order to clear out the back of Eastern Palace. Now, Andy did potentially have the opportunity to go do the MSS clip, which is can you use the hook shot in order to take a shortcut over to the Eastern Palace Big Key, but we're just not going to bother with that to begin with. Let's just go and get our last piece. And especially if Armos drops a Triforce piece, we're good. We know from watching WallKicks earlier that Armos will not be a bro today. He'll just give us, I think, our 1,496 rupee or something like that. Just kind of adding a little bit onto the pile. Yeah. There are definitely things that Andy has not done that WallKicks has done. For example, this with the whole Smith chain. I don't think Andy has done that. Also hasn't yielded anything. But some of the other checks now, both Andy and WallKicks are going to be faced with some pretty tough decisions. I think WallKicks hasn't done the key rat. He will do the key rat, especially with that last Hyrule Castle small key. Yeah, there's also GT tile room, which, given how where GT is located, usually like getting back to GT is kind of big, like a giant trek, and then you don't want in tile room you you're just like, I'll forget it. But in this case, not too bad to get back to. We could just go on and do it later as a one-off. We
can hope.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is going to be like a 2:30 finish.
Should we?
No, we're not running a prediction on it.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, we're still going to finish before the other race, right? Hopefully, maybe.
Hopium. Andy doing the same thing here. WallKicks did. He's already gone to the back. So 1 versus 2, and the amount of time. Yeah, but at this point, the item on Lamos can be a Castle Tower key. Like, okay, so at what point do we climb Aga Tower? Like, real talk. I don't know. So WallKicks already been there twice. All right, he went once for the first chest, once for the second chest. And I don't know if he wants to do it once for the third chest, which would be 3, and then once for the fourth chest, which is the tower. Andy's only been there once, so maybe Andy's willing to do that. Like, hear me out, okay? I mean, they're both great runners. They're both good at CrossKeys. They're both good at the game in general. But at some point, it's like, okay, who's going to say, all right, I'm taking a chance? Because I'd already took the chance at this point. I thought Andy did that earlier with the GT climb. Maybe that's what his I'm going to take a chance thing. But maybe this is Bombo's tablet for WallKicks. Like, yeah, this looks like a baby Smith chain for Andy. Gonna go pick him up and then do the whole stuff, and then when we get the purple chest, we'll just run down to Bombo's tablet. That could be something. This will be a really great place if it is here, because then he'll just like jump right on down, head on to Aga Tower, and finish the race out. But I will say though, this is the type of race now, or the type of seed where I don't feel so bad if I lose, because it's a crapshoot. That's a small key. It's the Swamp Palace. Oh no.
That is all 6 small keys. Okay. And slowly but surely, we are running out of small keys to obtain before we finally find our Castle Tower 4 key. But you know, as you said before, Dancy, there is nothing precluding the ball and chain, not ball and chain, circle pots dude to have our last Castle Tower key. But this will be WallKicks' 3rd foray into Castle Tower.
Yeah, I'm nervous for WallKicks here, but I'm also excited.
Yeah,
because if it is in one of these two.
Yeah, I mean, if it's here, simply just go to, you don't need to bring all of the keys, you just gotta bring a few of the keys with you.
Bring them all. And Saha's still available too.
Oh, gosh. You're right. Yeah, Saha actually would be the easiest one to turn in, right? That's a pretty quick one. It's not like you gotta go back into, you know, half of a dungeon in order to go find it.
Oh, Ped's available.
Oh, there's Ped still. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Ped is available.
I mean. Oh yes. I think we're chat, right? Okay, we're supposed to be, you know, getting for a pedestal here. That would be pretty hilarious, though. Not gonna lie.
It's not in Castle Tower. I think Andy's probably about to make the same play. He's probably. It's not. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe indirectly. But I kind of get the feeling Andy's probably about to do Bombo's tablet into the Aga Tower climb, just like we saw WallKicks do. So yeah, WallKicks may not really be hurting too bad. We are going to Ped though on Wally's side. This is.
Yeah, I mean, he took the decision to go into Castle Tower. We found the last remaining pendant. I mean, this could be
Meyer Big Clear Mouse.
Oh, this could be Meyer Big, and then we have Vitreous. We have Meyer Big Chest. Is WallKicks gonna read this? WallKicks? Why did he read this? He's supposed to just blind pull and then surprise us with a small key to Castle Tower. If he blind pulled, I guarantee it would have been Castle Tower 4. But now he's ruined the whole. He's
small
ruined
key.
The whole image.
All right, we're going back to pod.
All right. Well, I mean, we can get our last 2 chests here. It is very, very difficult at this point. Just being able to get through it. You know, yeah. It's just what direction do you have at this point to go search for your Castle Tower key?
I cry every time.
Yeah. I think if the Castle Tower key is on Lamola's,
bless!
We have found the Castle Tower key. It is in the big key chest of pod. Those pod keys have been buried.
WallKicks is in go mode at the 201 mark, and all he's got to do is climb Aga Tower.
Again, for the 4th time.
Again.
It's okay. We have on WallKicks side the maximum Aga Tower value. So those of you who love to run this tower, especially for, let's say, NMG, this is the seed for you. We have seen Castle Tower 4 times on WallKicks side.
Let's go ahead and swap over to WallKicks' audio. I think he's got a MSU that won't get people in trouble. But yeah, Wally just has to climb. We don't know how many blue balls we're gonna have. I guess I should have had a prediction ready for that, but such is life. I honestly was worried. What is Wally doing? He's not checking that guard for the key, but we've already done it.
That's right. It's already dropped us a very nice pendant that only led to some amount of money. I don't actually know what it was. All right, looks like Andy's going to check Eat the Tablet, which he has already not done before.
Well, let's take a look-see. Exclamation bracket. That'll get us our bracket for this tournament. If things pan out the way they look, with WallKicks advancing, he will be playing GFE in the next round. That'll be winner's side top 4 or semifinals. And Andy will go play someone on loser's side. I need to see. He'll be waiting the winner of Darity and Baja Blood.
Yeah, I believe. I forgot who it was. And I think it's Baja Blood said that he will be. I mean, again, this is the holiday season. People are traveling. You know, no need to be so strict and stringent about being able to try and schedule and whatnot. So might be a little bit of time before we see the next Andy match.
See, and that's a good thing. You don't have to be strict, and that is why there's no such thing as a league happening right now.
Oh, perfect. Yes, that's that was actually probably one of the roughest patches to schedule. You know, just because again it was all during Christmas. I believe also there were some. Very vocal complaints, I think, in the past, or feedback given from what I understand, to the admins, that it was just
those
really
admins
difficult to deal
suck.
with.
Let me tell you, dude, they are awful.
I wouldn't say all of the admins are terrible. Sometimes you gotta stick to a schedule. That's it.
I am my worst critic. But we're both in Aga Tower, and
That's
not
right.
for long though. WallKicks has Aga down. It's just a matter of mere flute to 8, swim to a portal, and go knock a tree down.
Yeah, that's true. For what the seed required us to go find all 4 cast tower keys. And yeah, there was a little bit of a hunt, actual hunt, not even for Ganon, for the actual Castle Tower 4. Honestly, saying really not too bad.
Yeah,
Could have been much
overall,
worse in my opinion.
205 for CrossKeys isn't the worst.
Yeah.
But you know, I kind of got spoiled with the first few races of these.
Yeah, I
they've all
agree.
been
I
like
agree.
130 that we've casted, both Andy and then the Leaf Telethar race as well.
Yeah, that was I think like maybe 140 or something. Yeah, 130, 140, something like that. Yeah, but Andy definitely not very far behind. In this case, but WallKicks is fighting Ganon. Silver's gold sword. Couple more slashes and arrow shots.
The biggest, most important question on chat's mind right now, speed gaming chat, is how many Ganon falls is he ahead? I'm asking. I'm waiting for an answer, Clear Mouse.
I was pondering my answer, and then I saw Andy's Aga Tower Hall of Fame, and then I was like, maybe I should add like 4 or 5 to my answer. That was my prediction.
It's true. Well, with these silvers though, this is going to be a pretty. He got the torch glitch. You didn't think
that's
he was
right.
going to.
Even did it twice, just in case that one went out.
He's gonna have to. Oh, he's not gonna have to relight. Nicely done. And that's going to do it. WallKicks is going to advance on to winners bracket semifinals versus GFE. Get your GGs in chat. And looks like that is going to also be the time that Andy's going to throw in a forfeit. So GGs to Andy as well. We'll see if we can get them all in here for an interview.
Yeah, big GGs though. I mean, very well played. It was a lot of fun, and at the end, sometimes these Castle Tower / Ice Rod / where the heck is this one item that can literally be anywhere, going to lead us. If that Castle Tower 4 was in Conveyor Cross Pocky, or Conveyor Star Pits Pocky, after Compass Room, that would have been decided very, very early. Ask WallKicks about that.
Yeah, we'll have to figure things out. But we do have Andy with us. GGs.
Yo, Andy,
GGs.
This was something for both of you. And I think you got cursed by WallKicks here, because Clear Mouse tells me that his first race was 2-sword go mode, and then the second race was 1-sword go mode, and so he wanted something else, so we got 4 CT go mode. But you know, other than that, both of you played this. It was pretty close. You had different routes entirely, and but we do have WallKicks here as well. GGs.
Yo, WallKicks, GGs.
Yo, GGs. I am quite literally on my phone right now. Yo, let's go.
I'm gonna
GG's,
say,
dude.
you have a mic? When did you get a mic?
Can you hear me
I
now?
understand.
My mic is quite literally my phone. I've not had a headset for like more than a month now.
Well, GG's, dude.
So how's that sword go mode, WallKicks? It was replaced by Castle Tower go mode.
Yeah, even better. Had the worst go modes this tournament.
Yeah,
But,
I had two 140s before this, so a little different than my previous experiences.
Well, I mean,
this was a fun one though.
If Ganon isn't behind Aga 1, this is still like a 1-4x.
Yeah, you probably smoke me. I was really late to Swamp.
No.
Dam was like my last entrance check.
No.
I mean, I was still like doing a ton of stuff while I was, not doing Swamp, but Swamp having like all of the dungeon goods, I would have gotten smoked if this wasn't Aga 1 Ganon.
Yeah, both
Fair.
of you. I was saying, but right before you got in here, Wally, like you both had completely different routes because of how open this became, like so early, and you both never really ran out of anything to do. It was really interesting to kind of see it all pan out. The biggest thing at one point we may thought that WallKicks had an advantage because of the tempered sword from having enough keys to go to ball and chain guard, which Andy didn't get to do on the first visit. So it was like, if that's the only advantage, like this is still way out in the open.
That was my gold sword.
You have what? You have the back of escape behind Aga 2, and like early on I had the GT big. Early on I had like 2 small keys and the big key to Hyrule House. So I'm like, let's just play the front this time, and like we'll see. It's hard to really tell if you just want to use those keys to go to the back or if you want to use those keys. I think if I didn't have the big key, I go to the back. But because I had the big key, I figured let's do ball and chain and whatever, Zelda cell chest.
Yeah, I think I only had one Hyrule Castle small when I found it, so I just did the 0 small key locked things and then left.
Yeah.
And then I went
Reasonable.
back with 3 after beating Aga 2 already.
So I need some very experienced runners such as yourself with entrance to explain a couple things to me. Why was turning in the green pendant never seeming to be an option?
Yeah, I forgot about it, to be honest. I was like writing down the awful checks I had left, and I was like, oh yeah, I never did that. I don't know, Flute. There was just like always better stuff to do than Flute 5 and run to Saha's house. I probably should have done it when I beat Eastern and went to go check the front of Desert, because that was the only accessible Desert entrance.
Literal same. That's when I
like, yeah, I should have done it there, but I forgot that I hadn't done it yet.
That's fair. That's fair. You both skipped Top Room and GT, and I mean, I guess at that point, both of you probably, me and Clearmouse were kind of debating who felt behind, and my answer was both of them because of CT Go mode for forever.
Yeah. I felt really nice early, getting that hammer before doing literally anything else, and then pulling a sword out of pod with no smalls.
Okay.
I didn't get a pod small until the top of Dark World East Death Mountain, I think. That was my first pod small, so I was like, okay, well, I've probably had this sword for like 1,000 years longer than Wally.
That was my tempered sword.
Yeah, not too long after you got that sword, Andy, WallKicks got the laser bridge sword. So
Okay.
like you both
I forgot
had
there
a
was
sword.
one there. Yeah. But yeah, the seed was just wide open from the start. So like, I don't know, it's really hard to know how you're doing in a seed like this.
Yeah, and like I think maybe by the hour mark I had done almost every entrance aside from like Mire Desert. So I knew I knew so many of my dungeons were still in that area. So it became a search for that flute. But yeah, this was an interesting one, just given that you need to find CT4 because otherwise this is just a 140 and a regular seed.
That's very true. Very true.
I'm very thankful CT4 wasn't on Landmo because I specifically left after picking up CT3 only having 3 keys. And I'm like, it's 1 item on Landmo or 2 items right side. Surely it's not going to be on Landmo.
I found back a desert with 3 keys, but no big key yet. So I went and got, that was like my second CT small maybe.
Fair.
And then, yeah, like at a certain point, I was like, well, I'm not going to go beat Landmo for 1 check. I'm going to do the front of desert since I haven't touched it since big key and just use my key there. So I was in the same boat if it was on Landmo. But I had some really weird, I wasn't paying attention in Mire and died opening the spike chest. So I had the pot and bridge chest still left.
Oh, no.
And so I was like, well, if it's there, I lose. Dude, something stupid must have happened in football at the same time as I got mitts from Zora, and I just didn't get the Zora ledge small key. And I was like looking at my tracker, and I was like, why is that still lit up? And I was like, oh my god, I just save and quit after mitts, didn't I? So I, spent another minute running back to get that useless GT small key.
Sure.
Yeah, this was weird for me, but
blame the commanders.
Yeah. Oh, because I was gonna ask. Speaking of GT, did you leave Conveyor Start Pispocky behind after Compass Just?
Yeah, and I immediately was like, what did I just do?
Okay.
Like,
Andy was right after you, and I mean, we checked. He was only 20 rupees, but I was like, ah.
I knew immediately after I mirrored that I screwed that up, and I'm like, well, just hope it's not there.
Well, this is going to put you, Wally, playing GFE in the top 4 of winners bracket. So I'm assuming that match is going to be definitely before the holidays. No, got to be on a strict schedule, right?
We'll see. We have our 10 admins ready to reprimand you if you don't.
I mean, I got nothing going on. Like I learned on Friday that the company's giving us Christmas Eve off, so like cool, I've got 2 days to fool around. So well, it'll get scheduled at some point.
For sure. And Andy, you are going to be playing, looks like the winner of Baja Blood and Darity. So
yep,
you can go travel some more.
Yo,
looks like their Baja Blood is gone until January 5th. So we're not waiting on me. Let's go.
I mean, it's the holidays. You gotta expect some amount of
yeah. I mean, it's expected. Don't worry about it. So
yeah. But yo, GG's, my dude.
GG's. Yeah, it was nice that like one that was this open was still close.
Oh, definitely.
Because I think I had like 4 hits on Aga 1 down. I also just found out that the Aga 1 song in the Pizza Tower pack goes really hard if the fight goes for 30 blue balls.
Oh, yeah, because you're on that
mid-interview, like a banger just came on, and I was like, what is this? But yeah, GG's, dude. Good luck in winners semis.
Much appreciated.
And happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Man, YouTube's gonna be so confused.
Yeah, when this goes up in a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna see the Christmas hats on our profiles. At least Andy is using a camera. I just have my Pog emote with the Christmas hat on.
Yeah, we gotta be festive.
Oh, wait,
the snow falling.
Dante put a Christmas hat on me.
Dude, there's snow falling and everything, there brother. Like, this is high quality.
High quality. But yeah, thank you too for commenting and restreaming as always.
Thank you guys so much.
thank you guys for racing. It was a pleasure.
Yes.
Clear Mouse, thanks for doing comms on this.
No, thank you, Dante. Thank you. I'm really glad you're feeling better as well.
Me too. I'm glad I'm not dead. It would be bad to be dead. But big thanks again to the runners. Thank you, chat. We're gonna go raid Airy. I am doing it wrong. Do not tell Airy I typed his name in wrong. But I did.
Okay, that could be the raid message. Do not tell Airy that I typed his name in wrong.
Yeah, don't tell him. He'll be
Yeah.
He's gonna never let me live it down. But anyway, we're gonna go raid them. They are in that race. It's 6-2 right now, but it's not over. They might be in go mode. I'm not sure. Y'all have a good one.
We'll see. Yeah.
Go cheer them on.
Yeah. Thanks all.